speak today? To whom should I speak today? Brothers are evil. The friends of today love not. To whom should I speak today? Hearts are covetous. Every man plundered the goods of his fellow. This poem was written by Eric Fitz, who served as a lieutenant during the World War I. This poem, although short compared to both poems, conveyed the experience of the author during the war. Experienced loneliness, betrayal, misery, and other negative feelings. And it made me realize that everyone, including those people who are very established and have lots of credentials under their names, has a vulnerable and human side.
Why literature?
Literature is the food of the rebellious spirit, the provocator of nonconformities, the refuge for those who have too much or too little. One seeks sanctuary in literature so as not to be unhappy and so as not to be incomplete.
In literature, we learn what we share as human beings, what remains common in all of us under the broad range of differences that separate us. We study literature to understand the different styles of writing. It also allows for the insight into the minds of our great writers. If you think about it, these works are a communication of a writer's thoughts and opinions. If we can obtain a better way of communication, we can apply that to other areas. Literature is not just a novel, play, poetry. It is a written information produced by people who want to give you advice. On love. When love beckons to you, follow him, though his ways are hard and smooth. And when his wings enfold you, yield to him, though the sword hidden among his pinions may wound you. This literature is an Arabian literature. It is written by Khalil Gibran. Love is one of the most important themes in literature, which this love serves as the inspiration to the writers. Khalil Gibran's words are powerful, that every reader relates and gets to know that love gives happiness but also gives sorrow. Love, love, love. When you have faults, do not fear to abandon them. The Analects of Confucius. Analects is a small but transcendental work put together by disciples of Confucius. It does not read as a grand treatise of Confucius' teachings, but more like assorted recollections by disciples trying to record their masters of teachings before they forget. Ramayana. The Ramayana is an ancient Sanskrit epic. It is ascribed to the Hindu sage Valmiki and forms an important part of Hindu canon. It depicts the duties of relationships, portraying ideal father, ideal brother, ideal servant, the ideal wife, and the ideal king. It is one of the most read and famous epics of all time. Everybody has his burden, but the heaviest burden is for the small and little. The folktale is a story that has no author, who was recognized because it was preserved through oral transmission. Our lives here are only temporary, and so we must make the best out of this chance. We have to contribute for the progress and be a producer of good fruit someday. Iliad and its sequel Odyssey was written by a great Greek poet Homer. Iliad's theme closely related to the glory of war. To fight is to prove one's honor and integrity, while to avoid warfare is to demonstrate laziness, ignoble fear, and misaligned priorities.
Odyssey. Today, Homer's Odyssey has a large impact education. It is required reading for most educational institutions, and it is studied in many history classes. Also, the Odyssey has left a major mark on the popular culture. This continues to be read in the Homeric Greek and translated in the modern language around the world. Many scholars believe that the original poem was composed in an oral tradition by the ages.
Abandon all hope, you who enter. Divine Comedy is a narrative poem written by Dante Alighieri. It is an imaginative and allegorical vision of Dante's journey through afterlife, inspired by his loved one Beatrice Portinari, who passed away.
I trust your words. Just call me your love, and I will never be Romeo again. Romeo and Juliet, the most famous love story in the English literary tradition. Love is naturally the play's dominant and the most important theme. The play focuses on the romantic love, especially the intense passion that springs up at the first sight between Romeo and Juliet. In Romeo and Juliet, love is a violent, ecstatic, overpowering force that supersedes all other values, loyalties, and emotions.
Sonnet 116 by William Shakespeare. Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediments, love is not love. Love cannot be true if it changes for any reason. Love supposed to be constant through every difficulty.
Africa by David Diop talks about the love and passion for his homeland. Diop, who has never been in Africa, still remains proud for the achievement of his country. You can sense how much Diop misses his homeland by his stress on the word Africa, and he continues to call it my Africa, to emphasize it is his land and his feelings of patriotism towards it. Diop urged the black people to be strong and remain unbent and stand up to the pain and humiliation that they are suffering on their own land.
Harlem Shake.